So we're gonna do like 8 inches kind of across. So that's gonna be like 4 inches folded. And the hem kind of curves a little bit, so I kind of want the inches to come from the middle, but you know what, it's not that big of a deal. And there should be like 2 inches per each leg. We might taper it a little bit, but it's 2 inches per each leg on a regular doll, but on a curvy, this is stretch fabric, so it should still work. So it doesn't need to be 8 inches on the waist, but we need to make sure we have enough for the leg. So right there is 4 inches and 3 inches down. So then we're gonna kind of measure that around and kind of do like that. And then there's a curve here, so that's gonna slant out a little bit to cover her bum, about an inch out. And then it's gonna start curving down to the rest of her bum. So given that the material is stretch, I wanted to make sure her waist was really snatched. And so I gave her more less room in the waist area because the waist is gonna stretch around. When I sew like stretchy fabrics, especially, I do 1 stitch and then I go back over it in the gap between the gaps in the stitches, just to give it better reinforcement, so when it stretches you won't be able to like really see the seams. So what I'll do now is I'll go ahead and cut this part like that. Remember I told you it's gonna slant down over her butt, and then let's see, I'll cut like this a little bit. I may adjust this part, but I want to cut more than I need just because. I don't think I'm going to be able to hem this just because they're going to be like too much like shorts, and I really kind of want it bike shorts. Let's see. These should be even. Let me make that even. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Okay, where's my model? She was behind me. Okie dokie. So, not done with the shorts, of course, but just checking the fit. See how it has to stretch more? So you really want to go over that stitch more than once. Here, that's where I'm gonna sew. It's there, and then these are gonna wrap around the thigh. So that's why you cut it like that. And then I'm gonna cut down the middle here. I'm gonna find the middle by folding it like this. This is the middle right here. Then I'm gonna take this part. I think I can get away with having no hem just because the material isn't super unravelly. But yeah, let's see. I'm gonna take that right here, hold it against the middle. And up here, right here is where I should make my cut. About 1 inch. Measure 1 inch. Okay. These are going to be sewn together like that. That's going to be sewn together like that. Right? And so this part is going to come together like, okay. So sew this, hold it like this, and then sew up until the curve. So I've sewn from here all the way to here, and now I'm going to open that up and match up the sides here. Just folding it the opposite way, basically. Match up the sides and then sew all the way across. So I'm actually gonna do like this, but I'm gonna fold it like that and get that going like that. And then, because I want to taper it like a bike short, because I want it to hug the thighs a little bit. Then I'm going to just snip a little bit on a slant. Okay, and then I'm going to sew that across. So I did mess up a little bit. I'll just say cut it at 4 inches. That way you can put a hem in there and they'll be a little bit longer. Or even just 3.5 inches, like just add another 1/2 of an inch to that. And that should do the trick. So don't do it at 3 inches, do it at 3.5 inches. So yeah, and I think I cut the crotch too short. I should have cut the crotch like up. It came like right here. The mess up came right here because I had to go back and like sew a little bit up like right there. And so the inseam wasn't the original planned inseam. So yeah, and the pants turned out super high-waisted because of that. Wasn't meant to be, but we're gonna keep rocking with it. Now we just need to get that long sleeve shirt going. So I'm gonna move my iced coffee over there. So I want this to be the inside of the neck. So I need to lay the Barbie like this. And this should hit halfway, like that, but on her back. And then we'll cut it right at the fingertips because that's gonna leave room for the hem anyways, since it's not gonna cover fingertips all the way. Now, I need to find another piece like this. Let's see. As of now, that's how it's gonna hit. And we'll just need to cut the excess off from right there. But I need another part like that because it has that kind of built-in neckline. Holy Spirit, you are welcome here. Atmosphere. Glory, God is what our hearts long for, to be overcome. Presence, Lord. Your presence, Lord. Your presence, Lord. So I went on ahead and hemmed with hot glue the spots where I needed hems, basically. I was careful not to hem. I left a gap in the hot glue where I needed to sew because sewing through hot glue is kind of hard. Your needle might break, you could stab yourself. So like spots like this, leave that on hot glue since that has to be like sewed together and like leave the edge right there unhot glued and right there unhot glued, because when you flip it like this and have to sew the sleeves together, you need a spot to sew on. I hemmed here with the hot glue, but I left this part unhot glued right there because I need to sew this together. So again, just wherever you are planning to sew, don't hot glue. So now, like I said, I'm gonna sew this part together, probably up until right here. Yeah, probably up until right here, which looks like an inch. So I actually forgot that I actually make this particular sweater pullover. So I don't have fasteners, but I do need to sew right here. So I'm gonna just skip the glue part right there and sew like right there. But yeah, that's meant to be like a pullover. And then for this, I always do this, by the way. I always like cut too long, even when I measure and it seems like it's gonna be right. So as you can see, that is well over her hand. But it can be a cozy sweater if you want, or you can like ruche the sleeves when you sew. So they'll be kind of like scrunchy sleeves right there, like this. So when you sew, there's a way to like get it to be like that. Or like I said, it could just be a cozy sweater and you can always do the ruching yourself. So yeah, basically I'm gonna sew this part shut, and then I'm gonna do all of this inside out as well. So, and then I'm gonna like flip it like this and then sew from there to there up the arm. And I'm gonna go on the other side, do the exact same thing. So from there to there up the arm. So yeah. So I'm gonna demonstrate what I mean by ruching. And it's when you have the thread like this, you've sewn the thread all the way through, and then you just kind of like take it like that. And you get this ruching, and it'll stay in this position basically. It's very handy to be able to do this just because, like I said, you can kind of scrunch the doll's sleeve up yourself. However, it won't stay in position. But if you do like this, where it's part of a feature of the garment, then it'll stay in position and you won't have to be doing all that. So I want like at the wrist for it to kind of be the most ruching. Let's see. So I'm gonna do mine like this. You can do it as severe as you would like. I tied a knot right there. If you tie a knot, it's not gonna work, but I tied a knot right there so it will stop the ruching at a certain point. So yeah, you could do it like this or relax it a little bit. You can do it right here. That way it bunches at the kind of crook of the arm or the armpit. But it went over her hand, but not so much over her hand. So I just want as if her sleeves are a little bit rolled. So I just want it right there. And then I'll go ahead and tie a knot in it right there. So that will be stopped. And you can even sew back over this part. That way the ruching won't travel. Ruching doesn't like tend to travel, but it's always a possibility. But it won't travel if you kind of like just sew that ruching into place. Like so. Like that. And tie the knots. Like that. Outfit looks very, very cute. This top could go with some jeans very easily. Even like a denim skirt. That would be like really, really cool. But I like the outfit overall. Like I said, give it another 1/2 inch so you can put a hem, make it look a lot cleaner. But yeah, the fit is fitting, and she's a neutral type of gal. So yeah, thank you so much for watching my video. If you like videos like this, just give me a big thumbs up if you wouldn't mind. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.